Good morning and happy Sunday. Welcome, everyone. My name is Helene, and I am your host on this Sunday vocal adventure, which aims to observe and analyze different aspects of our existence with clarity. It's a quest that drives us all at this moment, yet we struggle to put our finger on it. Disclaimer. First of all, I want to make a small disclaimer. The topics and subjects I discuss come from my personal experiences and the questions that preoccupy my mind. My intention is not to impose anything on anyone. Who am I? After several months of reflection on our positioning and the necessary adjustments around our respective obligations, we decided to restart with greater clarity about the message carried by our podcast, which complements our Instagram page. And also, neither I nor the people accompanying me in this project are psychologists. I have a degree in management and have worked in the medical social sector with elderly people in positions of responsibility. Humans have always been at the heart of our academic and professional training, and what we have observed resonates deeply with us. We chose the name I'm Focus because the imposed organizational disruption has taken a toll on our concentration. In this introductory episode, I will revisit my different professional experiences, the thought process behind my reflections, and why, despite all the turmoil, I remain positive. Oh, and if I deliberately choose not to reveal my age or specify my ethnicity, it's because cognitive biases exist and are difficult to overcome. So I'm thrilled to be here with you this Sunday. Join me on this human adventure that is mine, but also in some way yours. The right job. It's no coincidence that I pursued studies in human sciences, a bachelor's degree in economics and social sciences, followed by a master's in management. I wanted to understand how humans function in a social framework. From a young age, I was fascinated by interactions. Some might think I should have focused solely on sociology or anthropology, but no, I wanted to understand while being actively involved. What truly mattered to me was how I behaved within this intricate web of norms and rules. While studying, I worked, and I never missed an opportunity to compare my professional experiences with the concepts I learned in class, such as hunter-gatherer societies. Among all my jobs, one of the most striking was McDonald's. That experience deserves an entire episode of its own. Just know that it was there that I understood why people don't quit or keep coming to work, even when they don't really like it. And no, it has nothing to do with paying bills. All my professional experiences were meant to prepare me for corporate life, to collaborate, support, and improve together. Instead, I found myself unwillingly thrown into an environment that fueled all the petty tendencies humans can have. And for that, I wasn't ready. I was profoundly disillusioned. I expected to find efficiency, listening skills, and the ability to make sound decisions. Instead, I met sad people. For someone who deeply respects work, because I was raised with the belief that no matter what I do, I must do it well as a sign of self-respect, this was a shock. Still, I chose to become a manager in the medical social sector after working in various industries. There I was, managing employees, supporting them, and ensuring client satisfaction. What I saw, what I learned, I was excited to start in a field full of human values, with concrete and achievable goals. The work itself wasn't difficult. Working with colleagues was another story. I learned that people bring their personal problems to work, that mediocrity is an art for some, and most importantly, that hurt people hurt people. In this microcosm, people clash more than they support each other, and productivity suffers greatly as a result. It felt like living in a reality TV episode. I'm not joking. There were all kinds of characters in the workplace, each with their own level of sincerity in their performance. But they all had one goal: survival. Doesn't that remind you of something? And the problem was that I refused to play this little game. As soon as I realized that my manager took twisted pleasure in watching us compete for his approval, I walked away. I learned that I didn't want to play, and I saw that others were willing to do anything to play, even if they were doomed to lose every time. The beginning of a reflection. Am I meant to work with people? And mind you, this was long before COVID. Remote work wasn't even an option back then. Another question arose: do I really love humans as much as I claim? Throughout my experiences, I developed a deep weariness, a growing difficulty in coexisting with colleagues for reasons both varied and genuine. What's going on? Why does it feel like everything and everyone is becoming ugly? I'm not talking about physical appearance, thanks to the aesthetic revolution for that. No, I'm talking about intellectual, internal, mental, moral, psychological, and even spiritual ugliness. When I was in university, I wasn't aware of this, even while working on the side. But once fully immersed in the working world, my perspective changed. It darkened. A distortion formed within me. Why has the reality of work, and even life outside of it, become so bleak, to the point where escapism feels like a necessity? Are we being held hostage? How to escape while still wanting to be around others? I imposed a discipline upon myself. Avoid those who conform, even when it harms the collective. Keep smiling. Ignore or push away those who try to increase my stress. Reduce or cut off interactions with people who drain my time and energy. Seeing the glass half full. One solution is to keep a journal, to free up mental space, or to find ways to interact without compromising oneself. One day, you wake up with 4, 5, 6 notebooks filled with your thoughts, holding inner peace in your hands. And then, another day, you realize the fog has lifted, your questions have found answers, and you're still standing. The idea of hiding in a bunker waiting for the end of the world is still not on the agenda. So, you open an Instagram page, you develop a method to share a different perspective, a voice that breaks free from frustration and unites despite differences. And you realize you're not alone. The plan. I decided to post on Instagram to support those on this journey who need encouragement. I read, I watch, and I study. Then I create a podcast. At first, it was a collaborative effort between 2 people, but the realities of parenthood caught up with my co-host. So, we decided to prepare the episodes in advance, and I became the sole voice of the show. But then, what do we actually talk about in this podcast? Initially, it was meant to focus on survival strategies in this hostile world, but that felt too simplistic, too much like a recipe, when in reality, our experiences are far more complex. So, what do we really talk about? We discuss why and how we have become ugly while still looking physically beautiful, kind of like Dorian Gray, but most importantly, we explore how to avoid that inner ugliness while still being able to look at ourselves in the mirror. As MJ once said, if you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change. By that being said, see you next Sunday.